Okay, there's no reason to stand on ceremony here. Let's jump right into the hottest topic in social media that is sweeping all of your other social media feeds, and that is going to be Threads by Meta. Now, if you don't know what Threads is, it's basically, in a nutshell, Meta's copycat version of Twitter. Now, for anyone that knows me, has watched this show before, or follows me on any social media platforms, you know that I love Twitter. It's fast-paced, it's great for engagement and getting conversations going with like-minded people in your industry or hobbies or sports teams or whoever else you follow. It's just a fun environment. Well, it used to be. Now it's flooded with bots, it's flooded with nobody but just pushing their courses and trying to sell their products. And then along comes Mark Zuckerberg at Meta and says, we want a platform that's similar to Twitter, but we don't want it to be Twitter, even though it basically looks exactly like Twitter. Now, when you first download Threads, and if you've been around on Twitter since the early days, if you're an OG tweeple like myself and other of my friends like Owen Video, you may want to go check it out because it may remind you of the early days of Twitter. Now, here's the thing though about new social media platforms. Of course, everybody, every marketer, every brand ambassador, every coach, every guru, every ninja is going to jump on board and claim that this is the next big thing in social media. The problem is, once the bright and shiny and FOMO wears off, the platform starts to die off a little bit. And we have actually seen that because even Mark Zuckerberg himself and other proponents of the platform Threads is like, oh, we are gaining so much momentum. The usage is up by 900% and 10,000 users every 10 seconds. And that's great in the beginning. But what I've seen on Threads is this slowly decline of the bright and shiny, hey, look at me, it's a new platform. I have to be first, to market on this. And the usage has slowed down. The membership has slowed down. The signups have slowed down on the platform. So, is Threads a viable social media platform for your business? Obviously, it's still too early to say. Did it gain traction early? Yes, but it had a lot of push behind it from big-time marketers and people maybe even financially vested in the company and the success of this new platform. Now, for me personally, I used Threads in the beginning, and yes, even my usage has tapered off a bit because it reminded me of the OG Twitter back in the day when Twitter was fun and it wasn't flooded with OnlyFans models and it wasn't flooded with bots and it wasn't flooded with sponsored ads. It was real conversations and real news and updates on people and maybe sports teams or anybody else that I followed that I wanted to engage on a personal level. So if you're thinking about jumping on there and just starting to push your product, your brand, and your services, I would stress against that. Like I said, it's one thing to get on these new platforms, grab your usernames to lock those in, and you plant your flag, so they say. So if that platform does actually take off, and you can see that your target audience may be gravitating to this platform, then yes, by all means do that. But what I've seen already, and this is just ludicrous to me, is I have already seen people, coaches and gurus selling their courses on how to be successful on Threads. And I mean, come on, guys. What are you doing? The platform hasn't even been launched for a month. There is no way in hell that you can start to put together any kind of quality course to show people or brands on how to grow on Threads when nobody knows how to grow on Threads. There's not enough data, there's not enough analytics, there's just not enough information on the platform just yet to even viably say that you can sell a course and teach someone how to grow on it. That's just ludicrous to me. So, are Threads hot or not? Right now, I would say probably not. Like I said in the beginning, the bright and shiny, the newness, the FOMO reminds me a lot of Clubhouse a few years ago. And yes, there was a global pandemic that actually helped the rise of Clubhouse. But now that we are kind of through that, on the back end of that, if you will, Threads has come out, and yep, the bright and shiny, like I said, is gone. The usage is starting to taper off. So when it comes to Threads, is it hot or not? Again, I am going to say not. But if you want to go ahead and jump on the platform, grab that username, plant your flag in case it does blow up, and you have real data to back it up that says your target audience is there, jump on Threads today.